So I just finished snipping all the seams on this rag quilt. Now how am I going to take this rag quilt that has all these fresh cut seams and turn it into a rag quilt with all the fluffy, fuzzy seams that we all know and love about our rag quilt? Well, that's what this video is about today. I'm going to take this quilt that I just finished. I'm going to walk you through all the steps that I do in order to wash and dry and everything in between to get my fuzzy seams and also to cut down on a lot of the mess. So that's one of the things, folks worry about is, can I wash it in my washer and dryer? Do I have to take it to the laundromat? Well, I'm going to show you my exact process and everything that I use. And towards the end of the video, I'll give you some ideas on what you can do when you gift your rag quilt. There's also a printable care card that you can find in the description. Just download that and you can include that with your rag quilt when you give it a gift. It tells the folks a little bit about how to care and love for their quilt. And I also give them a mesh bag when I gift them. So just in case, the first couple, 3 or 4 washes, you might have a little bit more lint, but I always include the mesh bag and then the gift card. So again, stick around to the end of the video and there'll be more information around that. Before we get started in the steps, let me tell you a little bit about this rag quilt because it is gorgeous. It is a Robert Kaufman design. So the front is 100% cotton and it is oceanic and it's so pretty. It has like mermaids and seahorses and everything. The back of it is also Robert Kaufman. It is their Mammoth Flannel and this is their Dawn colorway. Are so pretty. I mean, they're just gorgeous. And then, so there. So again, I've completely finished that. So let me talk to you about some of the products that we're going to use today in all of the steps. And then I will do the first step, which is to put it in the dryer, not wet. I'm going to put it in the dryer for about 20 minutes. But let me walk you through everything that I use. So let's start with this mesh bag. So I bought this mesh bag on Amazon. This quilt will fit inside this mesh bag and I'm going to show you that. So that is one of the first things that I have when I'm on my supply list to wash these. So we'll have our mesh bag. The second thing that I use are these Shout color catchers. Now I put these Shout color catchers right inside my bag. So in the event that any of this bleeds, now I normally don't have a lot, I'll show you what we picked up in the color catcher. So these, again, real handy. Of course, you just need some type of detergent. Whatever you use is fine. I love these Tide Pods, but that's what I'm going to use today. And again, I'm showing you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm filming all of this as I'm doing it. So you will see everything and all the results as they come out. And I use Downy. I just love Downy. This is invaluable. My lint brush, and I like to do the lint brush a couple different times during the process, so I have several of these. But yeah, I will rub it over the seams, anything I can do to lessen the amount of strings or anything that we find. So I got the lint brush. What else? What am I missing? My microfiber towels. Okay, so I did not come up with this. I can't remember where I found it, but somebody suggested putting microfiber towels, and you can tell I use these a lot. These have been through about 6 quilts and they've also been through the gift bags. And if you haven't seen the gift bag tutorial for the rag bags, check it out. It's probably right up here. It's really super cute too. But yeah, so again, these are great to use. Okay, so again, I have my mesh bag, my color catchers, my detergent, my softener, my lint brush, and my microfiber towels. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to shake the devil out of it. I've already done that, so I'm not going to show you that part of the shaking. I'll show you the part of the shaking whenever I get it out of the wash, if it's still daylight here. If not, that's pretty self-explanatory. So just take it outside and I mean shake it till your arms hurt. Because again, all that's coming off there is not going to go in your dryer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this quilt. Oh, I did have one thing I wanted to talk to you about. Pre-wash. None of this has been pre-washed. I do not pre-wash any of my fabrics that are pre-cuts. I just don't. So you'll be able to see how it looks now, and then when it's done, I'll bring it right back on this table and you'll be able to see exactly what it looked like coming out of the washer and the dryer. I'm going to now put it in the dryer with the microfiber towels, and I'm going to run my dryer for about 20 minutes. Now be sure you also check on your lint trap, because depending on how thick your flannel is, or if you did 3 layers or 2 layers, and how hard you shook it outside, your lint may build up. These towels are going to pick up a lot of it, so just keep an eye on that. So that's step one. Let's get it in the dryer for about 20 minutes with our microfiber towels. All right, so again, I'm just gonna throw it in my dryer with the microfiber towels, and I have cleaned out my lint trap. And so I'm gonna let it go for about 20 minutes. And then I'm just gonna do about a medium. And then I'm just gonna let it run for about 20 minutes, and I'm gonna check on it here in about 10 minutes. All right, we're at about 12 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at it. And you can see we're starting to see some stuff float around. And that's what my lint trap looked like after about 8 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty this and then start it back up. But again, I only leave it in here for about 20 minutes before I'm going to take it outside, shake it, and then put it in the wash. And you can see that it is picking up a lot. I hope you can see that it is picking up a lot of the pieces of fray on here. Okay, so I've finished the 20 minutes in the dryer. So let me get us back out to the table and we'll talk about what I do before I put it in the washer. Okay, you can see we have lots of thread that we collected on these microfiber towels. I really do love using these now that I have found this out. So it kept a lot of that out of my lint trap. So let's see what I have here. So in reality, it's not much more than I would have in a big batch of towels. All right, so again, this was 20 minutes in the dryer with it dry. So this is the first step again. We just put it in the dryer for 20 minutes with our microfiber towels. Now, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it inside my big bag here. And I'm just gonna stuff it in there, and I'm gonna put the color sheet in there, and I'm gonna take it to my washer and I'm gonna wash it on. Grab these again. They're the Shout color catcher. Oh, and they're just little sheets. They almost look like fabric softener sheets, but they're a little bit heavier. They're a little bit heavier. So I'm just going to throw one in here. I'm going to bundle it up, and I wanted to show you because several people had asked about the size, and so you can see it fits right in there, and there's still lots of room for it to agitate around when it goes into the wash. So now I'm going to take this to the washer. I'm going to wash it on probably normal and cold. I might throw a towel or two so that it'll have something to tumble around with. But once I'm done with that, I'm going to take this whole bag outside, because I did make the mistake once of not doing that, and I had strings all over my bathroom floor. So let's go get this in the washer and let it wash, and then we will take it outside. And then I will open it up and we'll do the big shake, and then bring it back in, put it in the dryer with some more microfiber towels and let it dry. From there, we're going to check the seams. So, you know, you clip and you try to clip very well, but sometimes you might get a little close to the seams. So I always come back and check my seams, one, to make sure I caught both sides, and two, to see if there's any area that I might need to restitch or, you know, reinforce the stitching on. And then from there, I'll take my lint brush and I'll go over all the seams again and give it another couple shakes. And then from that point, really, I gift them from there. I do one wash with this process, and then I will fold them up real nicely, put them in the little bag, and I'll hang the care card on it, and I'll gift. So let me go get this in the washer so that I can shake it. I'm hoping I have enough daylight to do that so that I can actually show you. But that's it. Let's go wash. All right, so here it is in the washer. We're going to turn it on now. Let's wash. We're going to wash it on normal. I'm going to make it have cold. And then let's see. All right. We'll be back once it has finished washing. So we're outside. I have the bag out here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. And this is, again, coming straight out of the washer. And again, we're going to shake this thing out. But I will show you that I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but all of the strings are inside this bag. So let's see. We've got here So look at all the strings that are inside the bag. So this process again keeps all of that out of your washer and dryer. So now I'm gonna go back here and shake the devil out of this thing. Okay, you clearly can see I get it all over. But all of that we just shook out won't go in our dryer. So now I'm gonna take it back inside and put it in the dryer with our microfiber towels. And we're gonna let that dry, and while we're drying, I'm gonna come clean up all the mess that I made. Oh, we were gonna look at the color sheet, weren't we? Okay, so let's take a look at the color sheet. So you can see, I mean, you can't really tell here, there was just a faint little bit of color picked up on the color sheet. Nothing like when I washed the Ohio State quilt, it was red. All right, so the microfiber towels are in. Here is our quilt. We're gonna check the dryer every 10 minutes. Then we will have our fluffy seams. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. I've got my broom out here, and I'm gonna clean up where I put all these little strings. And then we're gonna go continue to check the rag quilt that's in the dryer. And then we will take a look at the fluffy seams. So, all right, so it's out of the dryer. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all of my seams and I'm gonna check them. Like for example, this one you can see I missed a little bit here. So I'm gonna go back and clip them, but I will go through and I will check all my seams and I'll tug on them and I'll make sure that there's nothing that came apart. Let me get this out here. So I'll make sure that there's nothing that came apart, and then I'll actually flip it to the back side. And then I'm just gonna run my hand along all of the seams just to make sure that I didn't accidentally clip too close, and as I washed it, it would come apart. So I just do that and I tug on it and just make sure everything's in good order. And then what I will do is I'm gonna find any of those that I might not have clipped. So then the final step that I do before I actually can give it away or gift it is I take my lint brush, my handy dandy lint brush, and I'm gonna go over the seams and see what else I can pick up. I'm gonna keep these snippers out because I know I'll find that place. But I'm gonna take my lint brush and I'm gonna go over my seams. And again, it just helps pick up anything that's left. And then it also helps if I find any strings, so then I'll just clip them off here too. I know I keep trying to adjust my camera. So again, I'll just go through, pick up anything else that I had, and I'll do it for a few minutes. You know, again, you're not gonna get every one of them off that first wash, but with this process, you'll get a whole lot off there. It looks like sprinkles. Let's see, look, it looks like sprinkles. So again, I'll just wipe them on, and anything that I find that I needed to reclip, I'll just clip it. But it is now ready to gift. And I normally only do one wash before I gift it away. And I'll probably go out and just shake it one more time after I run the lint brush over it. So let me see if I can do a mini rag quilt roll down with this one. So there's the front. And let's flip it around and let you guys see the back. It turned out rather pretty. So again, it's Robert Kaufman fabric on the front, and it's also Robert Kaufman flannel on the back, and this is their juniors. So I hope this was helpful. I know a lot of people really wonder about how to wash and dry their rag quilts, especially after they first quilted it. So I took you from clipping to cozy and showed you my process on how I wash and dry my rag quilts. And then I showed you how I do it to minimize the amount of fabric that might get into my washer or my dryer. I talked about a few of the things that I use: the mesh bag, the color catchers, the microfiber towels, and that's about it. So just a recap, there is the printable for you to share in the description below. There's instructions on how I do the wash and dry. And oh, you really want to see the seams up close? They're so pretty. If you found this interesting, go check out the actual no-cut rag quilt. So it walks you through all the fundamentals on how to put one of these together. This one was just about washing, but if you watch that no-cut, it will tell you anything and everything that you need to know. And we are going to be doing a done-in-a-day rag quilt. So I'm going to take you through the whole process of making one of these really larger quilts with the layer cakes and how to do it in a day. So it's all about organization and that, and then you can go from having 2 stacks of layer cakes to one big beautiful quilt in a day. And with that, I am Melissa. This is Make with Melissa, and I hope you have a good day. I will talk to you soon. See you, bye.